Hello everyone, it's Shane Caito, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Revealer. And this is a new horror film from writer-director Luke Boyce, and this takes place in the 1980s when a stripper and a religious protester are trapped together in a peep show during the apocalypse. And the bells are chiming, and the synths are coming from Alex Kirvo, who's the composer, and hell is coming to Earth, and are they going to be saved? And you have this stripper played by Caito, Aase, and we have our very religious young woman played by Shaina, Schrooten, and these two, Angie and Sally, have a lot of tensions between each other. Sally's always coming at Angie for her life choices and what she does for a living, and right off the bat, Sally is very much the most stereotypical, obnoxious, religious character in a film, and she spent a lot of time dropping tons of exposition about the apocalypse that sets the stage for the audience so that we have an idea of what's going on. And then we have Angie, who, she's snarky, she's funny, she deals with a lot of sexism and objectifying of herself from the men in her life. She does have some layers in terms of her own responsibilities and her man that she has in the film. And, as the film goes on, you get more layers to both Angie and a lot more layers to Sally. There's a couple specific things that they hint at throughout the beginning parts of the film that come back and really shed a lot of perspective on Sally specifically. And overall, I think they're two really interesting characters. They do a lot of heavy lifting between these two characters thematically and with messaging. And this is very much a film centered around taking a look at religion and faith, and especially organized religion and its perspective on why you would get sent to hell and what really makes you a good person. And this story really focuses on that. There's some creepy body horror. The first half of this film, while they're still in the peep show area, it's tense. They're trying to dig their way out. They're trying to problem solve, stuff like that. And the second half of the film kind of takes them to a different place, and it gets a lot darker and a lot creepier and a lot more supernatural and crazy and very biblical kind of thing. And there's a lot of moments of these two characters interacting with each other, adding layers to their characters through their interactions with each other, and making this film a lot more interesting as it goes on. And it kind of leads up to a point where it's just it leaves it open for more into the future, and that's a possibility. And I think it would be interesting to see where this would go if they furthered the story. But thematically and character-wise, I feel like these characters get to the point that they need to be in terms of their growth, and it makes an overall satisfying experience. This is very 80s. It looks very 80s. The cinematography and the score really capture that. It's enjoyable that way. I love the synthesizers and this new wave sound of score going on in the film. And, it has some crazy over-the-top kind of body horror-ish kind of things, disgusting things. And it does get a lot more biblical imagery and religious imagery towards the second half of the film. And I think this is a fun time. It's an interesting little horror film coming your way to Shudder. And overall, I think this one's definitely worth checking out. And especially if you're a horror fan, I think this offers up a decent amount to you. But those are my thoughts on Revealer. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.